Hello, my name is Adrian Niculescu and I'm shooting a live video from South Summit in Madrid, one of the biggest startup conferences in Europe. I just did a Facebook Live on the official page of Cloudcoin. You can see it on facebook.com/Cloudcoin Consortium. So I spoke yesterday in a panel about Cloudcoin and about the future of crypto and digital currencies. And today I will speak in another panel about the digitalization of real estate. And yesterday I had an aha moment. It happened after the panel itself and speaking with one of the attendants who was an investor, and one of the subjects discussed in the panel was about ICOs, of course, because ICOs are the hottest thing now. And all the time when I'm speaking about ICOs, I say, okay, I like very much the business model from the perspective of the company issuing the tokens, so receiving the money. But I'm always concerned with what is in for the investors, for the person who is paying the money in the Bitcoin, in Ethereum, or in fiat money to get the tokens, right? And in real estate, there is a huge trend now called the tokenization of real estate assets. And I've learned about it because I'm very passionate about real estate investments, and somehow it came in my attention, this trend. I said, okay, what can be done with it? And the tokenization of real estate assets is something similar to crowdfunding. There are companies in UK very popular. What they are doing, they are saying, okay, we are creating a fund. You can contribute with, I don't know, starting with £100, £500, £1,000. We are raising some amounts of money. We are buying properties. Automatically, you will own a share in that property, and so you will have a stake there, and also you will receive from time to time like dividends from the income received from rent, which is pretty cool. The real estate market in UK, it's very stable and so on, just of course the company to be ethical. They have some kind of regulation, more or less. At least you will say that the money are backed by real estate assets. But the problem is, if you want to sell this so-called investment, right? Sometimes it's impossible to sell it right away because it's not liquid. But if those, let's say, £1,000 are represented by tokens, which could be traded, you could be able, if the market is liquid enough, to sell them like immediately, right? Or in the next day or something like that. At a good price or at a lower price or a bigger price, it really depends. But anyway, the liquidity will be bigger and the possibility to sell them will be bigger. And that person I spoke with yesterday said, seeing my not necessarily resistance to the ICOs, because I said I like very much the model. I'm also involved I was involved in helping ICOs happen, but always I'm looking at the ethical part of things and what's in it for the person actually buying them. It's my focus, if you say. And there are three things anyway to identify an ICO, if it's good or not. Of course, nothing is guaranteed, but first look at the team. If the team did something really good in the past, if it's not the first project, it doesn't have to be related necessarily, but to be a solid team. And also maybe contact those people over LinkedIn, because there were cases when we are used in ICOs profiles, fake profiles, which is pretty cool. Of course, it's not cool. It's pretty bad. It's pretty cool that some people observed that. So it was launched an ICO, and the team page was built with profiles of other people, because and the payments were done only with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So of course it was a fraud, right? So first look at the team of that project. Look if there isn't any technological background. Without a technological background, will be just a technological breakthrough. Will be just another token. And the third and the most important element is the possibility of mass adoption, or of adoption in a certain currency, in a certain industry. As I said in other conferences, Bitcoin failed to become a widely adopted currency. Failed. There is adopted in certain places, but due to the high volatility, it became the new gold. It's more volatile than gold, and it became also like a refugee type of cryptocurrency. So when the times are bad, people sell altcoins and move money to Bitcoin. Ethereum also is the base for so many ICOs, and the problem with Ethereum is that the the ICOs, they don't depend on Ethereum. So if you compare with Bitcoin having like 50% from the market, when you go to certain exchanges to do something, first you need to buy Bitcoin, or to have Bitcoin to do something else, to buy something else, right? So with Ethereum, you can launch on their blockchain a lot of ICOs, but this system is not necessarily related with the Ethereum itself. So when the people raising money to ICOs, some of them they sell immediately the Bitcoin and Ethereum raised, and Ethereum had huge volatility due to this behavior. Look at Ripple. Ripple is in the cryptocurrency world. People don't speak very well about Ripple, but I personally like it very much, because there's a lot of technology there, and they work to replace IBAN payments, or at least to work in parallel with them. And of course, Ripple this is my impression, of course, but this is something that I've observed looking between lines. It's like, let's say, if you are a company, and if you want to buy silver and gold from the market, you invent steel, you make it tradable, and you sell steel, and you buy Bitcoin, you buy gold and silver. It's the same with Ripple. So I think Ripple was invented and is an instrument owned by banks to exchange it for Bitcoin and Ethereum, and to control part of this market. This is a personal assumption. Also, I like very much Electroneum, because also they have a lot of technology. They have merchant payments, instant payments. I'm looking all the time, because you see that I'm associating everywhere with Cloudcoin, because I believe so much in this project, and sometimes I'm asked about comparisons between Cloudcoins and other currencies, so I have to learn a lot, right, to be able to give answers to all questions, right? So I said the tokenization of real estate assets. It's a very important trend. So many projects will be built on that. And today, in like 2 hours, we'll speak exactly about that. What I don't do very often, I should do more often, is to do live videos. If you want to learn something specific from me, please post as comments or send me a private message, because what I want to do through my social media channels is to educate as much possible my audience and to bring as much value possible. Thank you very much. This was Adrian Niculescu from South Summit in Madrid, and see you in the next live video. Bye.